Wow, what a great night to be with y'all. I have to tell you, last Tuesday night, when those numbers started coming in, and we started seeing our friends on the east side of this district and what you've done, I am indebted to you. And I want to say this is our 7th time, Carl, that we've been over here to this side of the district. Y'all cook really well. And I want to say last year I lost 50 pounds last year. I gained 15 back, and 10 of it has been right here on the east side of the district. But on a serious note, I want to thank Carl and Susan and the job y'all are doing here. You have, of all the 16 counties that we visited, your rec and what you're doing here is phenomenal. We talk about you around this district, and I want you to know that. It is incredible, the excitement that you have. We went to the headquarters today. You've got a lot to be proud of, and I really believe that this is the year, like Carl said, to take out the trash. I think we're going to do it this year, and we're going to make sure that conservative values, okay, are to be found locally, statewide, as well as Washington, D.C. God bless you. I know there's more people on the agenda tonight, and I want to be very respectful of them. But God bless you, and as always, may God continue to shed His grace upon the greatest nation the world has ever known. Thank you so much. God bless you.
This is our guy to replace Alan Boyd. If you don't think Mr. Boyd is not already after him, I've seen emails circulating talking about a Boyd website that's titled shameonsteve.com. Boyd, and the only way you know it is if you look down at the bottom, it says paid for by Boyd for Congress. So he's coming after Steve with everything he's got, and in a way that's good news because that says he's worried. Okay, and he ought to be worried because he's going to be out of a job. Couple more things. Steve mentioned going to the headquarters. If you haven't stopped by the headquarters, please do. It's between the post office and the federal courthouse. There are 50. They are saying that the state party, Republican Party of Florida, is going to establish 50 victory offices around the state. Now there's 65 counties, so that says not every county gets one. We already have one. We have a lease signed with the Republican Party of Florida. They're helping pay for our headquarters, and that gives us the legitimacy to campaign for these federal candidates. Marco Rubio and Steve Sutherland, because of McCain-Feingold, if we didn't have a federal account, we couldn't represent them within 60 days of the election. Because the state party has one and they have leased the office from us, that legitimizes us to work for Steve and Marco. So, and not everybody's going to get one of these, so they're helping us with our expenses and they're legitimizing us to help us get these folks elected. So that's one thing I wanted you to be aware of. Second thing, we had a board meeting last week, and the board is the officers of the executive committee and the committee chairs. And we try to meet each month, at least in this season, before the general election, before this meeting, just to make sure we've got everything in order. And one of the things we talked about was the primary election that we just had. And there was a lesson learned there that I want to share with you because you might sense a difference, and I think it's an appropriate difference. But when we looked at how the election went, not counting the Democrats, but counting the nonpartisan and the Republican primary, we saw 3 candidates that were attacked with negative ads by other candidates. And I won't go into a lot of detail about that, but in all 3 cases, the candidate that was being attacked was the one that got the most votes. The message to us there was the electorate, we and everybody else out there, are not in the mood to see a bunch of negative advertisements. Even if it's true in terms of what's being said, The electorate wants to hear positive things about what the candidate wants to do to move the country forward. So we made a policy decision that you will not see either on our website, which I don't think has been a problem, but through our email list, you will not see any negative information. Now let me warn you, facts can be negative, but facts are facts. You'll see stuff probably about Alan Boyd's voting record because he votes Democrat over 96% of the time, and information like that we won't hesitate to share. But any personal information or any stuff that kind of looks like speculation or isn't really constructive aimed at the election process, we will not share. So just wanted to give you a heads up. That's a little bit of a change. We had a little bit of the stuff that went around this time went out through our email list, and we're going to make sure that doesn't happen again. Okay, minutes from the preceding meeting were circulated by email. Cheryl sent them out to the email list.